Yes, ladies and gentlemen, episode 131 of the Journey's anime titled The Finals 3 Strongest just dropped, and this is part 3 of Ash vs. Leon, so let's talk about what happened. Last episode ended with Leon bringing out Rillaboom, as all of Ash's Pokemon are heavily damaged. The episode here begins with Rillaboom using drum beating against Dragonite and Dragonite countering with Hurricane. However, Rillaboom overpowers the Hurricane with his drum beating and it hits Dragonite. Ash then goes for Dragonite Draco Meteor, however, a second drum beating catches Dragonite in midair and slams her to the ground. Dragonite then dashes forward with Dragon Claw, but Rillaboom dodges with Acrobatic before hitting Dragonite hard, KOing Dragonite. Ever since the new series director came in, Dragonite has been done really dirty in my opinion, and while last episode it was finally able to hit its signature move, it feels like that's the only good moment it's gotten in months. I'm not sure why the writers turned on Dragonite so hard after it was Ash's best Pokemon for so long. I wonder if it was fan backlash in Japan where they were complaining that maybe it was too strong, but then the writers nerfed it way too hard on the other end. Either way, at least Dragonite got something in this battle. I was worried it wasn't gonna get anything. Ash then brings out sirfetch'd. Ash has sirfetch'd use Meteor Assault to start off, and Leon tries to counter with Rillaboom by using high horsepower. However, sirfetch'd overpowers him and sends him flying. But Rillaboom still doesn't go down, and he gets up and gets a hit in with high horsepower. Ash then has sirfetch'd catch himself in midair using his shield and use it to give himself momentum and ride the shield. Rillaboom uses drum beating, but sirfetch'd slides on the vine using the shield. He then goes for Fury Cutter, however, Rillaboom counters with Acrobatic once again, catching the shield in midair and throwing it back at Sirfetch'd before hitting him with Acrobatics, KOing Ash's second Pokemon in a row. The opposite of Dragonite in terms of how the writers have treated him as the series have gone on. As the further stages of the Pokemon World Coronation has gone on, Sirfetch'd has looked better and better. It looked great in the Cynthia battle, and it had an awesome moment against Mr. Rime, and even here, it's able to do massive damage on Rillaboom. As we've seen throughout the battle, Lucario, and Dracovish's relationship comes off looking really great as all three support each other and cheer for each other. It had a really rocky start in the series as it wasn't doing much in the beginning, but by the end, this Pokemon has come out looking fantastic. Ash then brings out Dracovish, who has a disadvantage due to range. He has Dracovish go for Ice Fang, and Leon tries to counter with range by drum beating. However, Dracovish uses his body grabbers and Ice Fang to freeze and destroy the vines from drum beating. Ash then has Dracovish go for Dragon Rush. Rillaboom tries to counter with drum beating, but is overwhelmed by Dragon Rush, for which Dracovish channels his inner Sirfetch'd, and finally, Rillaboom goes down. Similar to Sirfetch'd, Dracovish has looked better and better in the further stages of the PWC. For a long time in the series, Ash's Dracovish wasn't doing much. It wasn't involved in many episodes, and it used to go long stretches without ever even showing up. However, similar to how we remember Ash's Heracross as this badass Pokemon, even though it was rarely in Ash's party if you look at it, that's how we're going to remember Dracovish. It delivered when it mattered most, and it has been true in this battle both against Cynthia and here against Leon. Leon then brings out his Cinderace. Due to recoil damage, Cinderace gets a free hit in with high jump kick against Dracovish. Ash then goes for Water Gun, but it's countered by Pyro Ball. Dracovish then goes for Vicious Rend, but Cinderace counters with Iron Head. Finally, Dracovish goes for Dragon Rush, and Cinderace counters by dodging and then hitting high jump kick, KOing Dracovish. This Cinderace so far has looked untouchable. The Libero ability, along with how fast it is, and its diverse moveset, has made it an incredible threat. It honestly feels like Ash has the deck stacked really against him, as he has to deal with two fire-type powerhouses. With Dracovish down, that leaves Ash with one Pokemon, while Leon has two fresh Pokemon. When Ash brings out Pikachu, Leon recalls his Cinderace and instead brings out Charizard. He tells Ash that Charizard has been his starter Pokemon since the beginning of his journey, before G-maxing Charizard. Ash goes for a Thunderbolt, but Leon counters with Max Rock Ball, and Pikachu can't get off Thunderbolt. Pikachu then uses Iron Tail and gets a hit in on G-Max Charizard, but it doesn't seem to do as much damage. Leon then uses Max Wormwind, and Pikachu is able to still stand up. Ash then decides to go for 10 million volt Thunderbolt. Using his Z move, Leon counters with G-Max Wildfire, his signature move. The two moves clash and create a massive explosion that reaches the sky, energy flying all over the place, the stadium shaking. The energy of the clashing G-Max move and the Z move causes energy to reach Eternatus, who's in Hammerlock. The Galar particle is extremely strong, and it shatters out of its chamber and sends a beam to the sky. Even after G-Max ends, the sky is still black, and everyone in the stadium feels it as Eternatus is now hovering in the air, including Ash and Leon, and that's where the episode ends. The overall animation in this episode is phenomenal. I'm pretty sure this is a Masca Iwane episode. The movement and energy in this episode feels fantastic, especially for Rillaboom, who is seen as this giant Pokemon, but instead, the animation makes it look extremely nimble and able to move around like crazy. Also, Cinderace is made to look untouchable here, and of course, the G-Max versus 10 million volt looked amazing. The one complaint I have about this is the rave music they used for that clash. That felt really off. I was expecting some really exciting music. Instead, it felt really disconnected from the moves that were going on. I realized the focus here was supposed to be on Eternatus, so that would make sense as to why the focus felt off, and still, Z-Move versus G-Max was supposed to be an incredible deal, but the music just makes it feel off. Other than that though, I had no problems with this episode. The story progressed, the animation looked amazing, the fight was fantastic, and it kept me on the edge of my seat wondering how this battle is going to end. I can't wait. The next episode is the finals of Ash vs. Leon, and while the preview didn't show much, the animation that we do see looks incredible. I cannot wait. But anyways, that is it for my review of episode 131 of the Journeys anime. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe. In the comments, let me know your thoughts on this episode. You can follow me on Twitter at TheRealPDGaming, and that is it. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.